It's very close to my face. Okay, that's not so bad. All right. Hi guys, welcome back. I know I haven't made a video in a very long time, like probably 2 months. There's this video that I wanted to do for probably like a month now. I want to call this video Things That Changed My Life, or This Changed My Life, or something along those lines. I just want to give like 5 life tips, I guess, different things that I've learned in the past 5 years that have really changed me as a person and helped me to live a fuller and better life. And so I guess I'm just gonna start. No more talking. The first one is, people don't care as much as you think they do, and that's a good thing. I'm not saying that in a bad way, I'm saying that in a good way. Like, I remember when I was probably only a couple years ago, I used to be pretty insecure. I'm not anymore, but I was pretty insecure, and I just was always concerned about what other people would think. And I know a lot of people struggle with that. That's not a problem that is very foreign. That's pretty common. So what I've just come to find is that people really don't care as much as you think they do, and that's good, because you would be concerned about, if I wear this, what are people gonna think? If I say this, what are people gonna think? If I do this, what are they gonna think? And honestly, it just doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what people think, because you like these things for a reason, and you want to do something for a reason. You should just do it within reason. If it's someone that you love and someone that you respect, and they might not agree with what you're doing, then maybe that's a red flag. Maybe you shouldn't do it. But generally, people don't care as much as you think they do, and you might be held back from experiencing something that you could experience that could be really good for you, just because you're so afraid of what other people would think. So my advice is just to not care, I guess, what people think. And if they do care and it's something that is good for you, then that's probably not someone that you need in your life anyway. So the second thing is, people are the point. Like relationships, friendships, your family, that's the point of life. And whether you believe in Jesus or not, I do. I believe that God came to this earth to love us, and so that we can love other people. That's the whole point. If you don't believe in him, then the whole point to you is relationships. Still, above all, relationships matter more than anything. So I think it's so easy for us to get caught up in the little details and like all the stuff that we have to do from day to day, and our goals, and like trying to grind every day to reach our goal, which is awesome. But don't forget about the people in your life. And that's something that I think everyone struggles with to a certain extent, is you get so busy that you kind of neglect the relationships in your life. But really, that's the whole point of your life, and you'll be the most full, and your life will be the most full when you are in a relationship with people that you love, and you'll find that you'll be happy through any experience if you have the right people with you. So people are the point. Number 3 is, this is like one of my huge life mottos, hence the tattoo on my arm. No one can really read what this says, but it says on 3, and I got that last year, 2 years ago, because I just got a text and I'm ADD, so I just forgot what I was saying. But anyway, I got that text that says on 3, and it says, oh my gosh, what? My brain. Okay, it says on 3, and I got that a couple years ago because I was kind of going back to the first thing, that it doesn't really matter what people think. I would just be so nervous about doing things because I was so concerned about what people would think, or I was just fearful of everything. And I kind of just went through something hard in my life that made me decide that I just don't care anymore, and I just want to live the way I want to live, and I don't want anyone else to tell me how I should live my life, within reason. Of course, if it's someone that you respect and they see a red flag, then that's worth listening to. But if it is something that you really want to do and you're just afraid to do it, my advice is just do it. I mean, what can you lose? If it's not threatening your life or someone else's life, then that kind of thing I think is just worth a shot. I think you're always going to wonder if you never try it. So my advice is just do it on 3, which is how I get through a lot of things that I don't want to do. I literally out loud count to 3 and then do whatever I'm afraid to do. And it's gotten me to do so many things. Such a simple motto, but yeah, it's awesome. So that's definitely something that I live by on a day-to-day basis. Number 4, this one is super huge. And as soon as I got a hold of this in my life, I feel like it just changed a lot of things for me. But number 4 is, nothing is personal. And this is something that I had to learn a couple years ago too, and again, it drastically changed my whole mindset. But when people say things to you that are hurtful, that, I would say 99.9% of the time, it's never about you. If someone is saying something to you that is mean, if they're tearing you down, that has nothing to do with you. It's not a problem with you. That's a problem with that person's heart that's saying that to you. Because if someone is healthy and happy and they're in a good state of mind, they're not going to want to tear other people down, if that makes sense. So generally someone that's tearing other people down are insecure, and I feel like most people know that, but it's a good thing to keep in mind. Sorry, I keep hearing something outside, that's why I keep looking, but it's a good thing to keep in mind because it's just changed a lot of things for me. And when someone says something hurtful to me, I'm not gonna lie and say I don't get offended or maybe a little bit defensive, I still do, but I'm reminded that it's not personal and it's something that's coming from their heart and where they're at. And so I might wait a second until I cool down, and then I'll ask them how they're doing, because generally if they're tearing you down, then there's something going on in their own life. And yeah, I would say 100% of the time when I ask them that, there is something going on in their life, and what they said to me had nothing to do with me at all. It was just them speaking out of anger or speaking out of hurt or something like that. So if you can grasp that and not take anything personal, that can also get you really far in life. Because for example, like I have a YouTube video that is getting kind of popular, Things Baristas Hate. A lot of people are seeing that, and it's kind of blowing up to where now I'm starting to get hate comments, which I had never had before, because like these kind of videos my family just watches, or friends or whatever, which obviously everyone loves me and supports me, that's my family or friends. But on that video there's people watching that don't know me at all, and they've started to like tear apart my physical appearance and tear apart my character and stuff like that. And the things that they say, honestly, I just laugh about it, and I guess it could be hurtful if I didn't have this motto in my life already, but I understand people, they don't know me. Like if they're calling me these mean names, they obviously don't know me, because I do love people and I care about people, and I feel like I'm genuine. I don't know what the opposite of that is. Anyway, I feel like I'm genuine, and if they're tearing apart my character, then I'm just like, they don't know me, and I'm confident enough in who I am that that doesn't affect me. And that's because I've been working on this for a couple years of just not being offended easily, and it just changes everything. And there's always gonna be people that don't like what you do, and there's always gonna be people that think you're something you're not, and oftentimes 100% of the time it's not worth fighting back. Like if they think that about you, then they obviously don't know you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't really take anything offensively. If someone has anything bad to say about me, then they just probably have never taken the time to actually get to know me. So there's not much you can do. People are always gonna tear you down. You just have to know how to respond to that. This one has kept life so interesting to me. I am like all about trying everything and trying all new things. And number 5 is there's no such thing as boredom. Because I believe that, I don't even remember really what this was about, but there was a message at church some sort of years ago, and the preacher was just talking about how boredom is kind of selfish. And I was like, what? Because I was at like that stage in junior high where you're always bored, everything's boring, da 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 da, you say that all the time. And he just kind of explained that like boredom is essentially saying that you're waiting for someone else to entertain you, which is true, and you're totally responsible for like yourself. And like if you're bored, you need to take it upon yourself to like, I'm sorry. There's like a hair in my mouth. I can't focus. Okay, so if you're bored, there's always something to do. There's always something to try. There's always something to get better at. There's always a book to read. There's always new music to find. There's always people to talk to. Like I don't believe in boredom. So I might have said the word bored like twice in the past 5 years. I just really try not to say that because I don't really believe in that. I think if you're bored, then you're not trying hard enough. You're not finding something to do. There's always something to do. Okay, so there's 5 things that have drastically changed my life once I finally grasped them into my life. Hopefully that was encouraging to someone out there. If not, sorry, I wasted your time. It was only 10 minutes or less. So yeah, hopefully that was encouraging. And if you have any questions, I don't know why I'm saying that. I don't really have any answers, so don't ask me any questions. But yeah, hopefully that was helpful. I felt like I should make that video, so if it encourages one person, then it's worth it, I think. I hope you have a good day, and I would encourage you to reflect on maybe the 5 things that you have learned. The biggest five, wow. I would encourage you to reflect on the 5 biggest life lessons that you have learned maybe in the past 5 years of your life, and just think about what you've learned and what you want to learn and what you want to incorporate into your life, different mindsets, different physical habits, I don't know. Yeah, so hopefully that was helpful. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.